What's going on, all you wild Yorgos Lanthimos fans out there? Your two favorite movie critics are back tonight, and we are back with a new Yorgos Lanthimos movie. Again, it stars Emma Stone. It also stars Jesse Plemons, and it involves aliens.
And conspiracy theorists in the brand new film Bugonia.
Bugonia.
I know who you are. I know what you are.
I know you too, Teddy. It's fine. It's cool.
That's right, that wild director is back at it. Of course, he brought us a few films that we reviewed and both really enjoyed. Of course, we're talking about Kinds of Kindness and Poor Things. So what an Oscar or a bunch of Oscars was up for quite a few back then. And Yorgos Lanthimos is returning with this brand new film written by Will Tracy and Jong Joon Hwan, starring Emma Stone, Jesse Plemons in this film. Basically about two conspiracy obsessed dudes. They're going after this high powered CEO, kidnapping her. They're convinced she's an alien and part of destroying the world. So they want to stop that once and for all.
Big conspiracy nuts here. Like a lot of people are these days. We listen to podcasts, we watch little, clips of people talking, and conspiracy theories are more plentiful than ever nowadays. And now we're learning more about aliens, and that's what this movie tackles too. It involves, these two guys. It involves Jesse Plemons' character, whose name is Teddy, and Don, and they seem to believe that this big CEO, powerhouse woman, Emma Stone here, she's the CEO of a company, Fortune 500. Her name is Michelle. They come up with this whole idea to kidnap her, and they are going to once and for all, prove that she's an alien, and then, the conspiracy spirals out of control from there, and they come up with this plot and go to her house, and they do end up kidnapping her and taking her hostage.
It has to do in the beginning of the movie with these honeybees, I believe it is, bees, and the population's going down. So Teddy has it in his mind, it has to do with this huge corporate conglomerate where Michelle, played by Emma Stone, she's like the CEO, big powered, big wig, corporate America. And this company has to do with Teddy's mom as well, played by Elisa Silverstone, having to do with experimental opioid withdrawal drugs and seeing the demise of his mother right before his eyes. So he's going after this particular CEO, kidnapping her, bringing her back to this place in the basement. It really sets up the rest of the film. So I will say right from the get-go, I didn't know what to expect with this movie. Yorgos movies are always out there different, and this movie, not what I expected. And that's a good thing. It's a really great looking movie. The score is incredible, and this really some powerhouse performances. No surprise here. Jesse Plemons, Emma Stone, they're always fantastic. They really brought their A game with this. I loved how Plemons played Teddy, this conspiracy kind of geek guy that I thought was relatable in some ways. Like I see some similarities in my personality, just some things he's doing in the world and what's going on around this. And I think there's a lot of stuff in this movie that's relatable and really interesting. But him and his buddy kidnapping, Emma Stone's character, the CEO, shaving her head, like really shaving her head for the movie. And she was really fantastic as well.
This movie, another out there movie from Yorgos Lanthimos. Every movie he comes out with, it's something unique, and there's something strange about it, and diving into an aspect of the human psyche here, the conspiracy theorists, and having to do with them thinking, there's this nefarious plan by aliens, and them trying to figure out, find out the truth basically as the movie goes on. And yeah, like you mentioned, Emma Stone here in a role like, she hasn't played before, but her and Yorgos Lanthimos have worked together several times now, and you can tell, she just feels like she can do anything and has the freedom to go into places that she wouldn't be able to in any other role. She has that bond with Yorgos Lanthimos, as does Jesse Plemons. They are all working together here on this movie that's, dealing with conspiracy theories and ancient aliens and honeybees, like you mentioned. It really does have a message behind it and something that Yorgos Lanthimos shows you throughout the whole run of the film here. And, it goes to some crazy places and you're left wondering after a while, like, who's telling the truth here? You don't know if Jesse Plemons' character is just completely whacked out of his mind, a mental patient, the trauma that he dealt with his mother, maybe that kicked him off, and now he's just completely off his rocker. Or, you always have in the back of your mind, well, what if this really does turn out to be an actual alien? Like, and Yorgos takes us on this ride along with these characters. And, at the end of the film, it just blows your mind with how everything ends up. And the climax of the film is worth the price of admission alone here. But this is a movie that you're going to be drawn into from the get-go. Explores a lot of relevant topics that we're dealing with in today's world, keeps you interested throughout, goes to some really wild places, and is unafraid to do that. And that's something that's very respectable from this film, and I really enjoyed it. And for me, another winner from this awesome filmmaker here.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you, my man. Not knowing too much about this, I really fell into this world. It flew by. It's about a 2 hour runtime. I didn't look at my watch, phone ever. I was really involved and interested in the story that we have here. This is the second film that comes to mind recently, kind of dealing with the internet conspiracy obsession alongside Eddington. I thought this movie was in the same kind of realm, different for Yorgos Lanthimos. I know bringing back Emma Stone, Jesse Plemons, working with them before in these kind of peculiar, unusual roles, but they really both sold it.
Yeah.
Somebody, making a lot of money, CEO, doesn't care about the world, the earth, anything but themselves, greedy, making money. We're the other side, more the normal side of Jesse Plemons, and onto this person and thinking that maybe they're an alien. So it was a really interesting story, not what I expected. I really enjoyed the hell out of this movie. I thought the score, cinematography, set design, costume design was all incredible. This is a movie I rewatched too. I just really had a great time with this. Not my favorite from this director. I would still say Poor Things is up there. This would be second, and then Kinds of Kindness. But I had a really great time with this. Like I said, definitely rewatch it, and we both highly recommend checking out Bugonia. That being said, I'm going to give the film a 4 out of 5. Jesse Plemons' hair pieces.
Beautiful head of hair, and another different role for him too. We've really seen him play all these different characters within the Yorgos Lanthimos universe here. Another different character and another great role for him. He continues to impress, as we were talking about before. And then Emma Stone here going to a place where we haven't seen her go before, and she just takes on all these interesting roles. She's one of the best, actresses working for sure, just like taking these out there roles, not, just getting paid. She wants to do films like this that have, artistic value to them. And, the way he shoots the film, the cinematography, like you said, the sound design, all that's phenomenal. The artwork, everything, the attention to detail. It's what impresses me from this filmmaker, willing to, put out these films that nobody else would be able to put out. It's, he's dealing with issues and presenting them within his films in a really interesting way. And Bugonia was enjoyable from start to finish for me. And I too am going to agree with you. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 Emma Stone hair pieces.
So I want to hear from all you wild conspiracy theorists out there. What'd you like about this flick? What's your favorite Yorgos Lanthimos flick? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to stab, subscribe. Also, check out these wild aliens on Facebook, X, and Instagram, and our website, Cinephellas.com, for the latest, greatest TV, movie news, and reviews.
That's right, my friend. We're having a blast here in December, getting ready to, kick it into high gear in the last couple of weeks here before Christmas. He's got the Mickey Mouse sweatshirt on over there. We're knee deep in bowls of chili and football and snow, and everything's going on here at the end of the year for the Cinephellas boys. And we're going to be back to review, some of the movies and shows that, we haven't had a chance to review with you guys yet. We've got a couple here to review tonight, and we thank you guys for watching. And as always, we'll be back very soon. Without further ado, I'm Uncle Henry.
I'm Uncle Logan signing out to the next movie review. Cheers!